I don't know if that'll pick up where we left off, but hopefully. Might have to go into two parts. But anyway, I didn't want to be on it too long anyway. Uh, I just had to get this out because some of you are hurting, and it's just hard. It's hard for me to feel, and there's a lot of us others too that are feeling it, feeling you guys' pain, and we care, man. We actually care. The spirit cares, you know. But remember what I said. Look it up. Look these three up. Solid silver, the stag, and dragon. And then when you find that info, put it together. See if you can put the puzzle together when I'm telling you. I'm giving you a secret here. Okay? And the funny thing about it, and I've always said it, and I know one of you knows it very well. It's a secret that you can tell, and it remains a secret. That's awesome. It's a secret you can tell, and it remains a secret. Figure that out. A secret you can tell, and it remains a secret. How? Oh, that's another thing right there. You might know people like me or me, just either way, that you're asking this question about. How does he know what he's talking about? How does he know the things he's saying? How does he know? How do they know? Whoever you're referring it to, how do they know? How does she know? How does he know? You know? And you're asking the wrong question. Okay? You're so caught up in how does he know? Because you want to be able to know so you can do it, or whatever you think it is. But you're asking the wrong question. Okay? You might get to that, but you're asking the wrong question initially. The right question is why. That's the right question. Search that out. Search that out. And when you get that answer and it fills your heart, okay, not just in your head, when it fills your heart, why? Then the revelation of how will start coming to you. Okay? So if you really want to know how, learn why first. Okay? Learn why. I'm going to give you one reference, biblical. Okay? Just, it's about Jesus Christ. He was sitting there talking to his apostles. This because it refers to something, okay? He was sitting there talking to his apostles, and they asked him, they said, Master, you know, he told them, he says, I am the beginning and the end, the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the beginning and the end. And they asked him, well, what is, they were concerned because they couldn't understand what he was saying. And they asked him, Master, what is the end of us? What is the end of us? And basically, you know what that means, right? What's at the end of the day, what happens with us? Where we end up? What is the end of us? And he's standing in front of them. We have a spirit to deal with. We can't see him. We can't see it. We have a spirit to deal with. They were sitting there looking at him in the flesh after he's shown them all this stuff he'd done, miracles and all kinds of stuff he'd done. But he told them, I can't do anything but by my Father. And you'll be able, once I go, you'll be able to do even more than you've seen me do. That's what he was telling them. But he was standing in front of them when they asked, What is our end? And if it was me, and they asked me that question, I was him and they were asking, I'd go like this. I just put my arms up. Duh, I am the end. You know, I just told you, you're sitting there looking at me, you know. The beginning, you started with me, you're going to end with me. You hear me? Does that make any sense? But he had to go so he could be with everyone. He was only with the people that could see him. That's what all that's about. And all that he said about, I have to go so that I can be with all of you. And you're going to be able to do even more. And I'm paraphrasing. You're going to be able to do more than you've seen me do. Everything they've seen him do, you're going to be able to do that and even more. How is that possible? By the Spirit. By the Spirit. But he had to go to become Spirit so the Spirit could come and fill us all. That's that light in you. Now you can either believe that or not. And I've studied Zen. I've studied Zen, Buddhism. I've studied a lot of stuff, you know. So there's a piece of every religion that is, I'm not saying Catholicism, man, but there's good in all of it. But you gotta see it. Okay. It's not that religion is bad or the beliefs are bad. Everybody's basically on the same, uh, kind of not the same path, but kind of in the same path. They got the same, fundamental vision. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Allah's this guy, that, supposedly become a deity, all this other stuff. You know what I mean? They've got, all over. There's different religions everywhere. There's people that are praising, a higher being that never heard of anything, any kind of religion. There's people in third world countries, they've never had any kind of teaching and they're hearing it. Where do you think that comes from? The light, the knowledge of the Spirit is he come down and wrote it in their hearts. It's in your heart too, but you're denying it. Some of you deny it, but you're claiming the Lord. Well, I don't know what Lord you're claiming. If by your actions, by your actions, you and then you're going to church on Sundays, but then you're doing all this evil crap in between. The whole week you're pulling this evil crap. Let's see how I can manage and hurt this guy or hurt that woman. Let's see what we can take from them. But then you're going to church on Sundays. Your family's doing the same thing. Okay? But they laugh it off, But they're in your ear. Don't leave, mommy. Don't leave. Don't leave us. And I've used that word loosely, mommy loosely. It could be cousins. It could be friends. It could be neighbors. All right? But that's what it's like, Titty babies. They're all titty babies. And you're listening to it because they pet you. It gives you notoriety. You need validation. Get your validation from the Spirit. Get your validation from the Lord. I can walk alone. I don't need any of that. I don't need anybody to pat me on the back. They do it, but that's on them. I don't go looking for none of that. I don't need it. You know what I mean? That's because I'm filled with it. I'm filled with all of it. It's, people tell me I'm full of something else, but, I've had worse said about me. That's fine. Was it going to bother me? Look at what they're living through. Look at the hell they're dealing with. I don't know. I'm just trying to help you, So take it wherever, if the shoe fits, wear it. I mean, that's all I can tell you. You're either going to want to help yourself or you're not. Anybody like us, like me, can only do so much for you. We can't just pull you out. And if we did, I could go and pull you right out. I could, You know, I can go and pull you right out. If things have to get physical, I could do it. You know, whatever it takes, I can go do it and pull you right out. But then what good would it do? There's the point. What good would it do? Take you, pull you right out, set you up, all this, find you a nice little spot, a nest or whatever it would take, set you up or pull you out and, you know, make you feel at ease and free and whatever, all initially. Then what good would it do? Because it hasn't changed you. It hasn't changed your thought. It hasn't changed your being, the way you feel, the way you think. You're going to end up doing the same thing again. You think I want that? I might as well just walk up to you, pull out my blade and hand it to you here. Okay. And turn my back to you. If you want to, hit the same spot you hit the other day or last time, here, just do it right away. Just do it right away. Don't make me go through all this, pour my heart out, just do it right away. How many times is it going to take to make you happy? Because you're still doing it. Whew, see how dark it just got? Man. So if those ain't signs, I'm telling you. Is it true? What I'm saying? Is it true? Tell me it's true. What I'm saying. You know it. You know it is. Speak it right now or think it. Think it. That's all you got to do is think it. Maybe it'll help you. Reverse yourself. Reverse your thought to a brighter day. So that you can have a brighter day. Look at that. I love it. Thank you, Spirit. You see that? Look at that. It's just brightened back up, man. It's shining through that door. You're looking at it and you can't, right now you're going, oh, well, yeah, it's just, but anyway, I can't do much more for you, but there's an open door. Speaking of an open door, there's an open door. If you were close enough, you could drive right up. Let's talk about it. Let's face it together. See if we can fix that somehow, a little bit, maybe. Maybe not all of it, because you got yourself in a deep hole, but get a good chunk of it, I'm sure. Okay? Let's do it. Let's do it. But you got to get away from all that stupid influence that you think means so much. Look around yourself. Look around yourself. You're already tired. You're already tired and worn out of it. It's not meaning anything. It's not giving you anything. Okay? All them friends, people, family, whatever. I don't care who it is. It's all the mommy syndrome. Mommy, mommy, mommy. We love you. And you eat that up. They give you nothing more. How come they ain't paying your bills? Like I've said before, they should be at least paying your bills. So try that. Let's see how much you love me. Pay my bills. Build up my bank account. At least that. Show me you love me. Instead of just, and then giving me all this bad advice, because everything you tell me, it's reversing on me. It's costing me more and more and more. Have a good day. I hope you wake up from Dragon.